Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Rising World, episode number 2. I've got a number of things kind of laid out here. I've been working a little bit between last time and this time as far as gathering materials for the most part. I did make some stone blocks and circled those around here, and basically what I'm thinking about doing is having this larger rectangular area here be kind of like a deck or a platform, and then back here doing some sort of house or shelter. Maybe put a bed in here, but something really small, just a bed, a couple pieces of furniture, something like that. Right now I'm just kind of camping out in this little tent in the back, but I'd like to move things indoors. So what I did was I gathered a bunch of wood, a bunch of stone. You can see I've got quite a bit left here, a bunch of wood, and I made some of the stone blocks. Those are actually, let's see, favorites. That's this one that you see back here that I did what essentially is going to be trim around. I think I'm going to do maybe some kind of stone out here, and then inside here I'll do wood. So let's see. What I do want to do though is make more of the stone, because I'm realizing I want a trim of sorts. If I do a wall along here, then there won't be trim inside. So I'm going to do kind of another ring inside of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, something like that. I'm trying to think about how much more stone we need. Let's go back over here. I think what we'll do is we'll just make a bunch of it. How many? Let's see, I have 71. Let's do... we'll do like 50 of it. Something like that. Craft this guy up. Bring it into the inventory. Something like that. So basically, I thought today I would just kind of get some of this stuff set up. Show you guys what I had in mind. You know what? I wasn't going to carry that trim out here. I shouldn't have started there. I can pull that back up, I'm pretty sure, if I bust it up. I will lose the materials, but not too big a deal. Yeah, that works. Let's bring this over here. You do have to right-click, Wayne. So, yeah, I want to be able to walk in here and have this stone trim along the inside and then have some kind of floor. Again, I think I'll do wood. We have plenty of wood for that. So let's take a look at that real quick. Let's jump to wood blocks, and what else do we have? Wood planks? What would be good floor? This is kind of reminding me of the 7 Days to Die wood texture. Seen a lot of that. Let's see. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I talked about textures before, but you can see, metal plates. They've got all kinds of stuff. I think I've run through this before, but let's jump back in here. Are these really the only two? Okay, let's see. Let's kind of flip through here real quick. What looks like it would be a cool floor? Now, obviously, we could do stone, do some kind of marble, maybe something like this, something light. I do like the idea of getting a bit of contrast with that stone out there. Not that it's that dark. The stone's not that dark, but that's pretty light. Let's take a quick look through here, though, see if there's anything kind of bright that sticks out. Not so much. A little bit. Oh, here you go. That's a nice looking floor, right? Huh. Maybe we'll do that one. Let's do that. And we have 84. We're going to go with, I don't know, maybe we'll just do something like 50 again. Oh, wow. That's going to make a lot. Okay. Let's see. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's see. I was kind of stacking these too. So let's go ahead and start with this. And unfortunately, you can't, as far as I know, you can't drag it over here and do, a 4 by, 10 or something like that. It looks like you have to go in these rows. Something along those lines. Yeah. That's cool. I think that works. Now out here, I want to do, some other kind of stone. I'm thinking will be good. Let's see. I want to kind of look at this again. So we ran out. Boy, we went through the stone pretty quick. And what's interesting is that it also counts dirt. I don't have dirt now. It probably used it when I set that up, but I thought that was pretty interesting. If you've got 10 stone and like 5 dirt, it counts it as 15 as far as blocks go. Let's see. Let's do no, not sandstone. Let's take a peek at this. Again, maybe something lighter to kind of stand out a bit. That's not too bad. Yeah, some of this is better for walls, I think, than floor. Let's see. like, that's not too bad. Now, when it comes to stone, though, we have a lot more options. There's a lot of stone floor options. That's kind of cool, too, and I like how light that is. There's also, I remember seeing a really cool pattern one. I don't know if it was it marble tiles, or... I could probably go through all of this and it would take me forever to find it. But let's see. I think what I'm going to do is probably stick with it. Let's go ahead and favorite that. Was that the one? Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Actually, you know what? We're going to craft one of these guys, and then we are going to see what that looks like here. It's not quite light enough. I think I'm going to want to go lighter. Well, anyway, I'm going to look through the textures, pick something out, and start to fill this in, and we'll see how this ends up looking once I get everything kind of laid out. Okay, well, I found a stone I like, and I thought I would run over here and mine out some more rock. This is kind of where I've been spending a little bit of time recently trying to gather some more materials, so I thought I would just show you this place. But I'm going to go over here and bust up some stone. We definitely go through this very quickly. It's something actually Vortak had told me, or he had mentioned in his series, and then also mentioned to me later, that it takes quite a while to gather the materials. And I thought, nah, it's not a big deal. I was gathering materials while I was chatting with people last night, and thought, you know what, this isn't bad. We're getting a good number of this, but boy, you start putting it down and it goes very fast. So I think you get about 3 each time you bust these up. Let's see, we're at 16. It was something like that. Let's see, 16, and we're at 18, so 2 that time. I thought I got 3. It may vary. Let's take another look. 18 to 21, so 2 to 3 it looks like. Chip that out. Might be based on where you busted up. If you kind of hit something that's out on an edge, maybe you only get a few. And anyway, this is going to be an area that I'm going to mine out. Now, I could mine in like a cave and just go deep, but it gets pretty dark. So I basically started mining out just what was near the edge. So I didn't have to bring any torches over here or anything. And if I dig this out and it seems like a cool area, I might, I could build in something in here. If I took all of this in a ways that you could almost put like a couple rooms in here, put down a floor and stuff like that. Now, I did build a rake last night, and that tool allows you to even out dirt. And I have not made a sledgehammer, but that's what you would use to even out the stone here. In fact, let's see. I think, where is the rake? There it is. Let's go ahead and stick this in here. Number 5. So basically you can flatten out those areas, like I said. A little hard to see when we're here, but basically it does what it says it does. You can kind of flatten out some stuff. I did that around where the house was, which is over in that direction, or where at least our platform is, and got things fleshed out. We will get a hammer all this stuff out at some point, I think. I think I'll build something in here. But anyway, we'll see. So in the meantime, I'm going to gather up a bunch more of this and get back over there and finish up that floor. Okay, we are back at our foundation. You can see I filled everything in. I did a bunch of stone gathering. We've got quite a few blocks going on here. A lot of stone, and I also did a little project back over there. I'll show you in just a minute. But we're going to have to start thinking about what to do the walls out of, what to make the walls with for this little shack attached to the back of this workplace. I'm kind of thinking about putting a roof over this thing, but not walls, just kind of a column in each corner, maybe some kind of roof that just kind of slopes down towards the front. I don't know, some kind of cover, but leave the walls open like it's a kind of just a covered area workplace. And maybe we'll look at doing some stairs out the front. I did kind of carve a path through the grass that just goes straight out from here, but it dead ends not too far out there. I just kind of wanted to get some kind of entryway plotted, because I'll probably lead some stairs up here at some point. Maybe even pave a path out there or something. So anyway, this is what we're looking at right now. When I brought the stone over, you can see that it looks like our workbenches are shorter now. The anvil's down on the ground. But that's just because it doesn't automatically raise them up. Now, I was experimenting in another world, and I found that you can bust these up. You don't pick them back up or anything, they're destroyed, but that's okay. These guys are pretty cheap to make, so I'll probably break these apart and rearrange things here, but now we have some space to do a number of workbenches, get a couple more going on in here. I think that would be pretty cool, but let me show you this little project I did. I'm gonna actually start sprinting over here. So I was mining the area out and thinking, okay, do I really want to do like some kind of house out here? And let me see, I even did a path here, but you can see I went a little bit a little bit crazy. I was kind of doing the thing and I was like, this looks like a mouth, and I thought, you know what, I'm doing that. I'm gonna make the nostrils, some eyes. I'm gonna put some torches down in there. Now the lighting happens to kind of come through. There's no hole or anything, it just happens to kind of bleed through, but I thought that would be kind of cool. And then right down the middle I'll do an actual tunnel. This tunnel will probably be a little bit bigger. And anyway, as I need to mine material, I'll just keep going with that. Maybe I'll dig out a room in there, but I thought this was kind of a fun little project. Came out pretty cool. So as the sun's coming up, we are now prepared to start laying down at least some of the framework for the little house slash shack that'll be back here, a little resting area. Once again, I want to trim, and if you weren't quite sure what that meant, we'll show you now, that basically this is where the wall will be, and then I've got the dark stone on either side of it as kind of a trim inside the room, or in this case, the space kind of between the wall and the lighter stone out here. So what I did was I crafted 20 of the bricks that are of this color here currently, and I thought I would just go ahead and place those down as columns. So I'm going to go ahead and set these down right where they will be, and then we will do some other kind of material between there. So part of me was thinking that I could do wood in between there, or what I could do is maybe a stone along this layer and then wood on top of it. That might be kind of cool. I'm not entirely sure just yet. I kind of thought I would just place these down and see the kind of size we had going here, see what things look like. Now I am going to go ahead and fly in this case. I want to kind of build this up. I could left click, not just right click. At least I thought you could go up from there. Okay, maybe not. But that's cool, that's why we fly. So anyway, I chose 20 because I thought I would go 5 high on each of the 4 corners. So 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. We'll take a look at how tall that is. That seems tall enough. I don't want to go too crazy. We're going to keep this really basic. So I think we'll do that, and then I like the idea of doing wood, although I kind of want to frame the door in that same stone. So probably 10, 11, 12, 13, something like that. Somewhere in there. And I do want to center this to some extent. Now what I don't actually know is how big a door is. Is a door too wide? Maybe I shouldn't do this until I've got the door made. And in order to make the door, we need to get the next crafting station. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Crafting stations. I think it's the sawmill. Craft furniture. Looks like we have plenty of lumber for it. So let's go ahead and make that. And now I'm almost thinking that we need to bust everything down in order to make sure we get everything laid out where we want it. It doesn't quite sound like I'm hitting this. This is not the sound you would expect to hear. And it doesn't seem to be coming up. Last time I did this on an anvil, it didn't take very many hits. I think it took 10? 8? Something like that. So, maybe this isn't going to work because I've already got it there. Now what I did notice was that it's very easy to do it against the floor. It doesn't take much, just like digging out stone. So what I may have to do is actually dig this out of here. This doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break all these down, and I'll break the stone out if I have to, and come back and we'll rearrange the tool, or the workbenches rather, once I've got things situated. Okay, we've got those up and out of the way. I've got the workbench here. Actually, this is the saw bench that I made earlier. So let's go ahead and place that down. This is quite a large one. And now I wondered in the first one what it took to rotate items around. I ended up asking Vortek, and he said it was the arrow keys, and sure enough, we can rotate. This guy just takes up a ton of room. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this guy. You know what? Let's put him over here. Something like this. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, you know what? Let's bring it in. because I may want to put one next to it over there. So we'll do something, let's see, I could clip into this a bit. Let's not, though. We will go ahead and do this. Excuse me. So as far as picking up the tools or breaking them down, it took 8 hits on the standard workbench. It took, on the block one, it took, I think, 14. And the anvil took more. I knew the number, but I've already forgot. I want to say it was close to 30, maybe 28 hits or something like that. So anyway, those are up and out of the way. We'll have to remake them. Let's see, what am I clicking on here? Crafting, crafting stations. So we'll make this workbench, and I think we'll stick this one kind of back up front. Oh, you know what I should have done before I made it? There's variations on these. They don't have to look like this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put this guy over here. I kind of like the idea of not just making them, you know, flush along the line, kind of along a grid. I'm going to leave this one at a slight angle. It's going to throw me a bit. I'm very, very much kind of the guy who gets into the symmetrical things and making sure things are even. But as you can tell with the alignment of the house and everything, it's certainly not a focus this time. And I'm going to try not to let that bother me here. So let's go ahead and put this guy down at a slight angle here. Try to crush that bit of my OCD. Got a little gap so we can run off there to do the mining. Very cool. Crafting station. We do need the block bench. We need some more lumber, though, apparently. Let's do that. We've got 39. But you can see it makes quite a bit. Let's just back this down. We'll make 64. Okay. Crafting stations. So let's make this guy 48. Whew. Spendy. Let's see. I think we have that. Yep. Just going to rotate this guy around. And I think what we'll do is maybe put this guy on the other side. Let's rotate this guy around. I will do this one flush for the most part. Oh, I was going to tear up that stone too. Huh. Okay, well maybe I'll put this guy over here and then work on straightening that out later. Let's see. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not going to go anywhere. It won't fall through once I remove the block, so we'll just go ahead and go with it here. Something like this. So we're going to angle it. Yep. Keep it a little off kilter. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to jump in here, and you can see we've got construction. This is actually a workbench I have not played with yet. So there's a door, and you can see when I talk about variations, when I click through, you can see different doors here. So part of me thinks, you know, doing it kind of like really broken down, this crappy one would be cool, because it's just supposed to be the shack, you know, but let's do something a little cooler. I really like the look of this door. I saw it in a screenshot. So let's go ahead and craft this guy. And what I want to do is see what it takes to place it. We're going to see how much space this takes up. And I guess it just, oh, it's got a green area about where it opens. Okay, I see, I see. Let's turn it this way because we know this is 3 blocks wide. So it looks like it's about 2 blocks wide. That's cool. So what we'll do is we will kind of account for that. And then let's see, we're going to fly a bit here. Wondering, oh, it's just out of view. Okay, so it goes right up to there. It looks like it might be 4 tall. Something like that. I think so. And we can bust the stone out of the way if that's a problem. So let's go ahead and count on that. Bring up our other stone here. And figure out where we want to do this. So if we're going too wide, it looks like we've got an uneven number. So I'm not going to be able to center it perfectly. But you know what? That's okay. We're not going to worry about it. You'll be just fine, Weem. I think, in fact, if it's not going to be centered, we'll even move it over farther and put it right next to the workbench here. Something like that. I think that'll work. Did I get that right in there? Yes. Okay, cool. So we'll build this guy up. And then I think what we'll do is we'll just build it to 4. And then get the door in here. And I want it to... We'll have it open inward. Rotate this guy around. It's funny, it looks like you can leave it kind of off-kilter like this as well. We will not be doing that, though. Let's do this. Do this and give it a try. Try to fall down here. Okay, so we have a E will open the door. Look at that. Very cool. Very cool. So now we just need to figure out a material for the walls. And I do want to do some windows, so that's going to be a thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap the upper part of the door. It looks like it was indeed 4 tall. What am I out? Is that it? Nope, there we go. Cool, so that's what that looks like. I could go across the top with the stone. I'm thinking that might be cool before I do the roof. And maybe 1 layer along the bottom as well. I think that might look kind of nice. So I think I'm going to have to gather up some more material. Actually, no, we're good on material. But I'm going to have to look through some of the textures and decide what I want to do. We'll have to make some windows, but we are definitely getting close. Well, here we go. I've got the framework in here of the stone. You can see running along the top and the bottom, as I mentioned, and I think it looks pretty good. I definitely like this stonework. I like the floor in here. It looks pretty cool. Now we just need to decide the walls, windows, like I mentioned before, and we will get a roof in here as well. But I think we're pretty far along, looking pretty sweet. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. We're going to close this out. I do want to thank you guys for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Please leave a like on this video if you'd like to see more Rising World from me. Like I mentioned at the top of this in episode 1, I'm thinking that we could go 3 to 5 episodes or so, kind of building some things out, but I would happily continue if you guys want to see more of this. And leaving a like and letting me know in the comments definitely helps me know you guys want to see more here. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.